What treasures will we find in this €1,000 Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering collection? I have been waiting to complete my full set, and I hope we will find a lot of treasures here. Whatever I find that I don't need and I'm happy to give away, there will be a giveaway as always in my videos. So please just comment a giveaway and maybe a funny comment, and maybe you will be the lucky winner. I have bought this from somebody as part of a bigger collection, so I don't know all the details of what's in it, but I know that there should be some bangers. I'm taking these top loaders and these special cards and putting them aside for us to look at a little bit later. For now, ooh, what is this? I never seen the die, the special die, the Lord of the Rings. So there's a lot of cards from the holiday edition, holiday, whatever it's called. So we will go through, oh, already something shiny and ripple foil and stuff going on here. So we'll just go through, I think it's all rares, which is crazy. There's another box with the more of the bulk, which I'm also super excited about because I need to complete my collection to put away some of the more heavy hitters. So let's go through, let's make it a few piles and let's just talk through them. For once, I actually know the values of some of these cards because I have been trying to complete this collection for a while. There and back again. Ooh, multiple of these. Okay, there's a lot of duplicates. That bodes well. I don't know how to say it, but that should be good for the giveaway. And maybe I need to make a bit of a more organization here. So there and back again. I don't actually know what that card does. Up to one target creature can't block for as long as you control this thing. Up to one, so somebody of the enemy can't block me. Search a library from mountain, so put it in the land, a bit of a landfall action, and then you create Smaug. Yes, because there's a token with Smaug which is a bit expensive. So we got this one. I think I have this one. Maybe I don't have it in foil. So let's see if we have this. This one I probably don't have. Riders of the Mark. Few of those. Oh, I thought it was the One Ring. Fire Inscription, but this is the special holiday release. So maybe I need to keep it separate. This is an uncommon. This is a very nice card. I haven't seen it before. So maybe I put the rares aside and the commons aside. Fire Inscription. Rising of the Day. This is a nice one. These ones I have, the normal ones. Yeah, there's so many of the same. Right against the brown, I don't think that's a crazy card. The ring goes south. This is a nice one, nice art. The ring tempts you, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X land cards, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. Put those land cards on the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom of the library in a random order. That sounds actually pretty good. Let's go and see what value will. So I will anyway scan through all the cards by the end of the video, and we'll see how much it was worth and what are some of the top hits. I think we need to have this another. Okay, it's the same symbol for the holiday edition. I wonder if there's one special. There's this symbol as well, which I thought was from the Commander deck, right? LTR down here, Lord of the Rings. LTC, is that from the Commander deck? I don't exactly know how that works. We got a few Fall of the Galad, Halfling Scout. Okay, all of these special art, I have 0 of these, so all of them are going into my collection. And there's a few cards I'm missing, either the foil or the normal version. Shire Terrace, a few lands, nothing special. These ones I definitely don't have. This is a nice one. A bit of a better condition, worse condition, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, a few versions of that to non-foil. I mean, there's some. Oh, this one I don't have. This is again something new. It's just a common, but probably a nice one. Path of Ancestry enters the battlefield tapped. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. When that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with your commander. Scry what? This one could be quite nice. The Grey Havens, it's a nice land. It's a I really like this new art. I'm so excited about also the Hobbit set that is coming out. Grey Haven. I mean, there's so many duplicates here. I need to figure out what I have and what I don't have. Grey Havens, foil, non-foil. I have no idea how I'm organizing this. The Great Hall of the Citadel. There's a lot of flavor. Renewed shall be the blade that was broken. The crownless again shall be King Bilbo, talking about Aragorn. With there's so much flavor. I really love this set. This was really the set that got me into Magic. And we got some bangers here. Mount Doom, that's a nice one. Full art, not foil, but really nice art. No idea where I'm putting stuff. I'll just put them aside and I'll organize them later. Evolving Winds. Yeah, so these are, I think, from the Commander sets, because these are kind of standard cards in Commander. What is this? Minas Morgul, Dark Fortress foil. That's a nice one. Enters tapped, but you put a shadow counter on target creature for as long as that creature has shadow counter on it. It's a wrath in addition to its other types. Very good. Nazgul deck, one more of the same. A bit of a damage going on here. Let's see, I was trying to show. Is it the damage or is it just the printing? Maybe just the printing. What else do we have? What else do we have? Barad-dûr, legendary land. Amass Orcs. Black Gate. This is nice. Full art, Ripple Foil, Rivendell. That's crazy. Normal full art Rivendell. Normal full art Rivendell. Rivendell. Minas Tirith. That's a crazy. I mean, it's so nice. The last, all these iconic spots from the movies. I haven't read the books. I only know the movies. Minas Tirith enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a legendary creature. What is then Rivendell? Rivendell enters the battlefield tapped unless you control legendary creature. Same. One adds white, one adds blue. One you pay 2 to scry 2. One is to draw a card. Okay, I don't know which one is better or worse, but those are kind of been in parallel. Similar. I mean, there's so much of the same. Ooh, the Shire. Is this a good one? Is it the same for green then? Yes, tapped. Untapped creature you control to create a food token. This one doesn't seem as good. Oh, what's going on? Ripple foil. Normal foil and ripple foil. I'm getting a little bit excited here. What else do we have? There's a lot of good stuff. Evolving V. Did we have this already? The Great Hall, the Citadel. Did we look all of this? I think we went through all of this. Yes, this was the pile from the very beginning. Okay, we continue. We're only a 4th stack in. We go a little bit faster maybe until we hit so crazy. I don't know what's crazy. I think it's all crazy. The Shire, we just talked about it. Mines of Moria. It's another Mines of Moria. Yes, is this not the same? Yeah, same thinking, but here you need to pay 4. Exile 3 cards from your graveyard. Create 2 treasure tokens. Okay, so this one is a bit more strong. What is this? What is this? This one I've never seen. Rally the Galadriel. Yes, because I don't have anything from this set. I have all the 4 Commander decks, but I never opened them. I want to keep them sealed, so nice to get the cards as well. Create a token that's a copy of token creature you control. Boom, copy of creature. But what is this? Conspire. As you cast this spell, you may tap 2 untapped creature you control that share a color with it. Right, so I cast a spell, I tap a green or blue creature, 2 of them. When you do, copy it, and you may choose a new target for the copy. So that's pretty cool. I can make a lot of copies of this one. And 2 of them, Rally of Galadriel. Okay, I've never saw that before. Gandalf, pretty good card. Eowyn, quite nice. Foil, full art. When she enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls with greater power. Legendary creatures you control get protection from each of that creature controls. So this is really powerful. Full art, normal art, Rohirrim Chargers. What is this? You may exert Rohirrim Chargers as it attacks. It won't untap during your next untap step. Whenever you exert a creature, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an equipment card. Put that card onto the battlefield attached to the creature, then you put... Okay, I don't know, a bit complicated for me. Something... Oh my god, I think this is an expensive card. Now the special are Sauron the Dark Lord. Some of the Sauron cards cheaper, some of them are more expensive. I think this is crazy one. Ward, you need to sacrifice a legendary artifact or legendary creature. So if someone wants to attack this dude or cast a spell, they need to sacrifice something crazy. So I'm pretty safe. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, which is all the time, I will get the orcs. Whenever an army you control deals combat damage to a player, the ring tempts you, and when the ring tempts you, you may discard your hand and draw forwards. Okay, these are some bangers. I will try to put the bangers to the side, and we will then count it up. Okay, you stay nicely there. Okay, so this is another Sauron. I think this is less, but it's the same. It's the same, just a different art. Interesting. A third version art of Sauron the Dark Lord. What is this? I've never seen this. Mordor on the March. Special commander card, I guess. Or maybe it's from the holiday booster. I don't really know how that works. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it. So I take a guy away from my graveyard, but I make a copy of it. It gains haste until the end of turn. Exile it at the beginning of the next step. It only does it once. But store, whenever you cast a spell, copy it for each spell you casted before, so I can do it a few times. And if there's a crazy enter the battlefield effect, maybe it's not. Ooh, look at that electricity. This was a quite nice foil. Galadriel, I think this is one of the pre-con commanders, maybe. Alliance, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. So if like 3 creatures enter the battlefield, all of this can happen. Ooh, add 3 mana, that's crazy. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature, scry 2 and draw. This is a crazy good commander. This one I will want to build. I want to build all kinds of different commander decks with only Lord of the Rings cards. And now with the Hobbit coming up, we make some nice upgrades. Frodo, I don't think, unfortunately, he's not so good of a card. What is this? New Fell Beast Shriek. What is this? Each opponent chooses a creature they control. Tap and go the chosen creature. So that's something like they all attack and something. Until your next turn, those creatures attack each combat if able and attack a player other than you. Splice into instant or sorcery. As you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may reveal this card from your hand and pay its splice cost. If you do, add that card's effect. Add this card's effect to that spell. So I can cast another sorcery instant and pay this and show this, so this still takes place. And this seems to be like a really good card. I think this is a crazy good. I think the guy, he hasn't really sleeved everything. So if it's sleeved, I'm thinking it's more valuable. So that's quite nice. Grima, this is nice. I haven't seen this one. Grima, Saruman's footman can't be blocked. Whenever Grima deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile an instant or a sorcery card. You may, so I can cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then that player puts the exiled card that weren't cast its way on the bottom of the library. Okay, so this seems like a crazy card as well. Aragon, what are you doing? You are attacking creatures you control, have first strike and Renault 1. There's a lot of new these mechanics, I don't know. Renault 1. When a creature with Renault 1 deals combat damage to a player, if it isn't Renault, put a +1/+ counter on it and it becomes Renault. Okay, so it becomes stronger but only once. Whenever a Renault player you control deals combat damage to a player, double the number of +1 counters on it. Okay, so it gets stronger and stronger with every attack. There's a couple of those. Foils, of course. What else are we getting? Gandalf, this is a nice card. We can't read them all. Maybe we should. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand during an opponent's turn, exile that card with 3 time counters on it instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. Then if the exiled card doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter from that card. When the last is removed, play it without paying spell. Okay, again, a bit complicated for me, but also if they're crazy valuable, we'll kind of look into them again at the end of the video. I haven't seen this. What is this? Olorin's Searing Light. This may be from the books, because I don't really recognize this from the movies. Each opponent exiles a creature with the greatest power among creatures that they play control. Opponents, yes, only opponents. Spell Mastery. Every card has a new keyword. Spell Mastery. If there are 2 or more instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard, this card deals damage to each opponent equal to the power of the creature to exile. Okay, pretty nice. Foil, normal version. Okay, Witch King. I haven't seen this one either. Witch King, Scry Scrooge. flying wrath, whatever it's called. Whenever you attack with one or more wraiths, exile the top X card of your library, where X is the total power. You may play those cards this turn, undying something. But this is good when you play with the Nazguls, right? It has to be a part of the Nazgul deck. Wake the Dragon. Create a 6/6 black and red dragon creature with flying menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to player, gain control of target artifact. So one that play control. So I attack, I take control of your soul, what is it called? Soul ring or something like this, or an artifact creature. Okay, this is probably crazy as well. I haven't seen it. Faramir, Surge Foil. I don't have any Surge Foil except for tokens, I think. So this is also cool. This is probably also from the holiday edition. Faramir, different Faramir. Prince, this one I haven't, okay, again, I haven't seen it from, it's from this commander. But this can't be commander. This is from the holiday. So maybe there's some special cards only in the holiday boosters, and then it's this symbol, maybe. Whenever a legendary creature with mana value 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you became the monarch. Okay, cool, they bring back this monarch keyword. I don't know exactly how it works, but I respect it. At the beginning of your end step, if you're the monarch, create 2/1 token soldiers. That's good, I like it. Good for Faramir. Galadriel, we've seen it 1,000 times. Gimli with the ripple foil, Yeah, that's nice. I want to make a dwarf deck. Now when Hobbit comes, there's probably going to be a lot of dwarves. So if this would be that commander, Gimli or homeboy has indestructible as long as 2 or more creature died under your control this turn. So that's probably not that good. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Gimli. When this ability resolves for the 3rd time this turn, Gimli fights up to 1 target you don't control. So I don't know, you build a lot of cheap dudes, weak dudes, they die, you buff. I don't know, sounds a bit weird. Okay, some commons and uncommons, those we have to flip through, we don't get time for everything. Samwise, Elrond again, Pippin, special art, I like it. It's so nice, it's different, but it's still, yeah, it's very classy. Ooh, what is the ripple foil? Tom Bombadil! Yeah, I think this one is becoming more and more popular because he does something with the sagas, and now with Final Fantasy, there's sagas that are also creatures. So as long as there are 4 or more lore counters among sagas you control, so I guess you have 4 or more sagas going on, Tom Bombadil has hexproof and indestructible, so that's pretty good. Whenever the final chapter ability of saga you control resolves, so when it kind of ends and you're supposed to discard it, instead reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a saga. Put that card under the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. So the saga just go around and around. Maybe now with the ripple foil, we need to make a Tom Bombadil deck together. Yes. Tom Bombadil, normal Tom Bombadil, maybe in the goodie bag. All this extra stuff going into the goodie bag. What is it? Not the goodie bag, but the giveaway, which is a goodie bag. So just comment something. If you're looking at this from the shorts, go to the main video, comment giveaway, and you'll be part of the giveaway. Doors of Durin Ripple Foil is going into my collection, but Doors of Durin Normal is going to the giveaway. And another one. Flame of Honor. These are not so special also. Okay, there's so many. We're almost halfway through, and then we have the bang. Let's take a banger just right now. Boom, one banger in the middle. What the fuck is this? Isengard, Saruman's Fortress. I have never seen this one before. This is a reprint of some crazy land. Isengard, Saruman's Fortress, enter the battlefield tapped. Okay, not so good. But pay 2 life and add this mana. Not so good. If that mana is spent on an instant sorcery spell, that spell can't be countered. Probably good. Maybe not super good, but it's in a top loader. And we have Bag End. I happen to know that this is a 10-15 euro card. But now with the ripple foil. Nice. Okay, that was a nice peek into the exclusive cards. We have a few more. We'll go down the road later again. Even if it's a common, just such a nice art. Ooh, okay, I'm really messing it all around. What else do we have? A saga, maybe their Tom Bombadil deck. The first 2 days around, I call it always days. I know it's around, like after each. How does it work? Enter and after you draw step, add a lore cost. When it's your turn again, sort of. But I always think about the next day when it comes around. Search your library for a legendary creature card and put it into your hand. Boom, super good tutor. And then the last step, creature you control gain double strike until the end of turn. Ring tempts you. A lot of good stuff happening. I'm gonna falling down on my seat. What do you think about my Santa shirt? Upgraded. War of the Last Alliance. Same. Pippin, the Warden of Isengard. Love this. Partnered with Mary, our homeboy. Is this now Pippin and Pippin? Shelob, I think maybe with Spider-Man. Is this getting more popular? Maybe not, but Ripple Foil. Classic character. This one, I don't know who this sheriff is. I don't really care. Whenever a player casts their second spell, each turn you lose 1 life and create a treasure token. Why not? Ooh, and the Ripple Foil and the Ripple Foil. I have no idea. I'm trying to put things in order, but I really am not. I'm really not managing that. Maybe if they're just a... Ooh, Saruman of many colors. Ward, discard an enchantment, instant, or a sorcery card. So that's quite a heavy ward. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, so I cast something for the second turn, each opponent mills 2 cards. When 1 or more cards are milled this way, exile target enchantment, instant, or sorcery card with equal or less mana value than that spell from an opponent's graveyard. Copy the exiled card. You may cast a copy without its mana cost. I can kind of pay stuff for free from people's graveyard. Probably a good card. Saruman of many colors. This is a really banger version art. Is it foil? Yes, one is foil, one is normal. I have to scan it all, check all the prices. There's so many versions, 3 versions the same. Treebeard, our homeboy Treebeard. This is a nice one. Trample, War 2. When Treebeard enters the battlefield, create 2 food tokens. Whenever you gain life, put that many +1/+1 counters. Target halfling or treefold. Maybe halfling and treefold. That can be a nice combined deck, right? We had the Merry and Pippin. I mean, this was a great moment in the movie for me. This is something new, okay? When it's this, it's new for me. 4th air rolling. This is for my brother's deck. He loves the Rohirrim. I'm trying to get him into the Magic the Gathering. Maybe with this card. Create X2/2 red human knight creature tokens with trample and haste. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to 1 or more players this turn, you become the monarch. I get the monarch thing, but we get a lot of dudes out. I guess that's good. Champions of Minas Tirith. I never seen this one. When Champions of Minas Tirith enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. A lot of this monarch stuff, I never seen it in the normal set. It's only part of this Commander/Holiday Edition. At the beginning of your combat on each opponent's turn, if you're the monarch, that opponent pay X, where X is the number of cards in their hand. If they don't, they can't attack you in this combat. That's a pretty good ward. This is probably a really good card. 2 of those, I've never seen it. 1 foil, 1 not. I want of every card to foil and normal version, so that's quite nice. This is not that more expensive or rare. Gandalf, Eowyn, Bilbo, nice Bilbo, uncommons. Ooh, we stop again when it's a bit something more interesting. Ripple for Saruman's ransom. That's nice. Choose an opponent. They look at the top 4 cards of your library and separate them into 2 piles, and you take 1 and you leave 1 in the graveyard. The ring tempts you, something like that. I simplified. This one I think is a banger card. This one is a banger card. Saga, Tom Bombadil, you're getting this one. So 3 days in a row, we create a 3/3 black Wraith creature token with Menace. The ring tempts you. That's crazy. And then at the end, for each opponent, gain control of up to 1 target creature that player controls until the end of turn. Untap those creatures, they gain haste until the end of turn. Crazy card. Foil, special edition, normal. I think I don't have the special edition. Aragon, I think this is a pretty standard card. Now we have something new. This one I have Rahma's Echo, Ancient Shield. No idea what is this. Looks like the Helm's Deep. I don't know what is this. Whenever you cast the second spell each turn, draw a card, then create a white wall creature token with Defender. Okay, fits the flavor. The name. At the beginning of combat of your turn, creature controlled with Defender gain exalted until the end of turn. They get this +1/+1. Okay, I really don't get it. If it's expensive, we'll go through it again and again. in the end. Sting, nothing crazy. Sting. Swan Song. I think this is quite popular. You can counter target enchantment into sorcery spell, and they get a 2/2 boost. So I think it's a good, nothing crazy, but like a good counter spell. Ooh, what is this? Galadriel's Dismissal. I like this one. I think this can be actually quite an expensive card. I think it's like a 30 euro card, or not, or 5. I don't know. We'll see. Dragon School Summit, a nice land. Yeah, I like this one. Yeah. Mines of Moria, Minas Tirith. A lot of the lands. I need to sort it. Okay, half of the pile still left. Let's check out one banger card while we are getting into it. Okay, one more of, there's so many. There's a big pile. Oh, there was a poster. I don't know which, I kind of see which one it is, but we're gonna take a look at it in a moment. Valley of the Gorgo, Wasteland. Add this special mana, sacrifice, destroy target, non-basic land. Okay, maybe good. Land destruction. And then we have Reflecting Pool. Add 1 mana of any type that the land you control. So this is nothing too crazy, but I don't know what's in top loader. Maybe it's good for commander, maybe more valuable. And now let's also, because I sneak a peek, it's not fair to take a peek in the show. We got the foil. Is it foil even? Yes, it's foil. Dawn of a New Age, Aragon becoming king, and what's on the other side? Boom! What is this? Glam Drink. This is a nice one. Equip creature has first strike and gets +1/+0 for each instant. Oh my god, I can't read it. This is a nice. I hope it's a good condition. I would love to grade them. I mean, not because I think they're gonna be so much more valuable, but it's kind of nice when you kind of have them in your home. Especially these poster cards. Yeah, let's see. A lot of bangers coming up. Oh, there's another poster. Yes, there's another poster now. I saw it. But we're gonna go through some of this quote-unquote less exciting stuff that is still crazy stuff. And then we get back into the crazy pile. This is a probably cool Isildur's Faithful Strike. Special foil, normal version of that. I don't even know where to put the cards. This one is announced. Sauron, the Necromancer. Whenever he attacks, exile target creature card from your graveyard. Create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 3/3 black wraith with menace. At the beginning of the next end step, exile that token unless Sauron is your ring bearer. Okay, interesting. More of the same, more of the same. Oh my god, there's so many. I need to put the VIP cards on the other side, but you can sneak a quick peek. You will see something quick. Oof, what was that? What was that? I don't know what it is. I don't recognize the posters, but it's some crazy poster. Galadriel's Ambush. I haven't seen it. Create XX Green Elf Warrior Creature. Yeah, maybe my elf deck. Create X amount of green elf creature tokens where X is the number of attacking creatures. My creatures, somebody else's creatures. Somebody attacks me, boom, I instant. They're attacking me, bomb, I get all these elves. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by non-elf creatures. This one is probably really good in my elf deck, like a block. Somebody attack with a lot of dudes, boom. I got 1 once, defending, ready to go. Entish Restoration, looks good. Okay, the more copies, more stuff for the goodie bag, because I have all of these normal, but I don't have the whole. Oh, Delighted Halfling. I think this is one of the top cards, like not super expensive, but like 10-15 euros, maybe 20 in this version. Is it even foil? It's even foil. Silver foil is what they call this. I don't know why. Add a mana of any color. Spend this to cast a legendary spell. That spell can be countered. Well, that's crazy. And another one. Ripple foil. And a normal version. Oh my god. We got the bangers. This one, Baggins. I don't know. He just stole Bilbo's stuff. And the Ripple foil version. And the normal version. I mean, he's finishing the collection for me. Living Death. What is this? Okay, first of all, let's just read the flavor text. Because there hasn't been so much flavor text in a while. They seem like black holes in the deep shade behind them. Frodo thought that he heard a faint hiss of unvenomous breath and felt a thin, piercing chill. I have no idea. We're talking about the Nazgul crew, right? Each player exiles all creature cards from their graveyard, then sacrifices all creatures they control, then puts all cards they exile this way in the battlefield. So if I have a bunch of stuff in my graveyard, because I've been milling and I've been doing stuff, boom, they get all back in the game. What is this? I haven't seen this one. Even if it's an, this is nice art, I like it. I really respect this person. This is really cool. Tempt with discovery, tempting offer. Search a library for a land card and put it on the battlefield. Each opponent may search a library for a land card and put it on the battlefield as well. For each opponent who searches a library, this way search a library of land card. So I can do it once, and everybody can do it. But for if 3 other people do it, I can do it 3 more times. Okay, this is quite of a nice card, and there's 2 of them. That's 2 of them. So that's probably going into the. Because please tell me it's foil and non-foil, or they're both foil. Perfect. So then there's 1 extra going into the giveaway. Generous Ant Reach. When Generous Ant enters the battlefield, create a food token. I was getting a little bit stuck with is it like because it's a common, but this has this foiling here. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, what else do we have? What is this? Arven, Weaver of Hope. Elf creature. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield a number of additional +1/+1 counters on it equal to Arven's toughness. That's pretty good, because then there's some decks that gives more and more synergies with +1. These are a lot of good cards for also not Lord of the Rings games. What is this? Rapacious Guest. So many more new flavorful cards. Menace. When one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a food token. Love it. Whenever you sacrifice food, +1/+1 of this person, and when they leave the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to its power. This is a cool card. Ooh, Mercury Bats. I like it. I like it. I like it. All the different arts of it as well. I mean, there's so many new cards. We're gonna enjoy it. Windshift Slice. What is this? Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to the target creature you don't control. Create a number of 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens equal to the amount of excess damage. This is crazy. If you like the Lord of the Rings and you like Magic the Gathering and you've only been playing with the normal set, I think these are having some banger stuff. Again, I don't know, maybe this stuff is already in the commander decks, but it seems like there's a lot of extra stuff in this holiday package. I mean, those boosters are crazy expensive, but if you buy like a collection from somebody, then you can maybe get them cheaper. But I realized I paid 1,000 euros for this, so maybe not cheaper, but I think there's a lot of cards for 1,000 euros. 1,000 euros will give you half a booster box. You'll get 6 boosters for 1,000 euros. That's nothing. I mean, that's nothing. This is 500 cards, and there's a lot of rares and mythics and posters and everything. So I think we made a good deal. We'll see what the value is. This one we talked about before. Oh, did we talk about it? No. When it's a green tree fall creature tokens. A 1 guy that is XX. Whenever you attack with 1 or more elves, populate. Okay, interesting, very interesting. Foil, normal foil. 1 is sleeve, 1 is not. Peregrine 2, ripple foil. Normal stuff. A lot of Peregrine 2s. It's nice that it's sorted, so the duplicates. This one I haven't seen, Elvish Harbinger, but I think this is a reprint. I think this is a famous card. Elf Druid. When he enters the battlefield, you may search a library for an elf card, reveal it, shuffle it, put it in the card. Really good. I think I have this in my elf deck, like a normal elf deck, unrelated to Lord of the Rings, but we can upgrade it with Lord of the Rings. Explore. You may pay additional land this turn. Draw a card. Okay, banger. Is it? Yes, foil. Normal, and now something crazy. Yes, I think this is a cool, expensive card. I think we just read it. Galadriel Brigade, Ripple Foil, Squad. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may pay that. So pay 2 any number of times. When this creature enters the battlefield, create that many tokens that are a copy of it. Ooh. So if you pay this at the end, you pay extra. There's a lot of dudes, and then other elves get +1/+1, but then that happens multiple times. There's a lot of bangers. Ooh. Foil version, normal version, ripple foil version, Elven Chorus. I don't think this is such an expensive card. You may look at the card. Other creatures give mana, blah blah blah. Ripple foil version. We'll check that one as well. Last Mark of the End. I think this is a really expensive card. I think you can kind of... This spell can't be countered. Draw cards equal to the greatest toughness among creatures you control, then put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. Second Harvest, sleeved. For each token you control, create the token as a copy of that permanent. That's crazy. We still have this left. Are you with me? It's been 35 minutes. We need to wrap it up. So much to go. Maybe take one peek at the VIP card again. That's the one we saw. The poster. Oh my god. Underin, Flame of the West, and foil. Nothing is serialized so far. I don't think he would have sold the serialized without being aware of what he's selling. Oh, this is a nice... A lot of posters. And another poster. Storm of Saruman. Unfortunately, not foil, but quite juicy. Now I'm just gonna put it down and block so I don't see what the other juicy cards is. We'll check them at the end. We'll go through this a little bit quicker if there's nothing crazy. So we'll just check. Ooh, we'll check all the new cards that I haven't seen before. Haldir, Lorien Lieutenant, Elf Soldier looks good. He's weak, but when he enters the battlefield, he gets X1/1 counters on it. Ah no, yeah. Depending on how much you pay, he becomes bigger or worse. But you can pay 6 at the end of turn. Other elves you control gain Vigilance get +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter Haldir. So we can make a good elf decks with this. Ooh, Legolas quick reflexes. Legolas, my favorite character, or Gimli, I'm not sure. Instant split second. As long as this spell is on the stack, other people can't do anything. So I think it kind of no counter spell can happen. Untap target creature at the end of until the end of turn it gains hexproof reach, and whenever this creature becomes tapped, it deals damage equal to its power up to... Okay, crazy stuff. Ooh, Sheila, what is this? Like a reprint of another card. Reach, Delirium. What is this? This is crazy. When Shelob enters the battlefield, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, create 3 spider tokens. Maybe this is good for the new Spider-Man deck. Okay, this is crazy. Crazy stuff. Press the enemy. These are some normal cards we've seen before. I mean, if you had the normal set, I have seen the... Just a Ripple foil, Goldberry River Daughter. We have to skim through. No time to watch everything. I don't even know where to put these piles anymore. Nice, another Ripple foil, Born Upon a Wind. Oh my God, I'm so happy. There's so many new cards to my collection. What else do we have? Grima. There was another Grima before. Or a lot of Grimas. Khazad-dûm. They have a cave troll. A great cave troll. I think there's no hope for us. For hope of escape that way. Getting a little bit tired. Not reading that well. Orchid Bow. What the... This is a crazy card. Just chilling out here. Full art Orcish Bowmaster. Just chilling out here in the pile. And a Nazgul and a Nazgul. I mean, it's really bangers. It's really bangers. Orcish Bowmaster. Flash. When Orcish Bowmaster enters the battlefield, and whenever an opponent draws a card except the first one they draw in each of the draw steps, Orcish Bowmaster deals 1 damage. Oh my god. Amass. I mean, there's so many bangeronis here. Nazgul. One ring to rule them all. There's a story for a Bombadil. Ring tempts you. Kill. What is it called? Cards are being milled. Destroy all non-legendary creatures. Each opponent loses 1 life. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening. Ringwraith. Witch King of Agmar. What is this? I haven't seen this one. Fell Beast of Mordor. Creature. Drake Beast. Drake, the rapper. Okay, let me just move up again. You read Devour 1. As this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. When this creature enters the battlefield with that many +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, so creature sacrifice all small dudes, and this becomes stronger. And when he enters the battlefield, target opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters. But it's, hey, don't worry. There's not 1, there's not 2, there's 3, and 2 of them are foil. Crazy. Shadow of the Enemy. I don't think this is anything crazy. Sorcerer's Squall. This one I haven't seen. Again, I haven't seen it. Dwell. Each card you exile from your graveyard while casting spell pays for 1, so you can basically pay only 3 for this. Target opponent means 9 cards. Then you may cast an instance or sorcery spell from that player's graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. Maybe I can even do it to my own stuff, right? I know I have a good stuff, I can pay 3 to get them. 1 ripple foil, 1 normal foil, 1 more normal foil. Build a pony, everybody loves him. No time to read about him right now. Something sticky here, that's not good. This card, oh, but the good was a common. This is something wet here. We need to put these wet cards to the side. Grima Wormtongue also a bit wet. Good thing there wasn't that poster card. Grima Wormtongue, Khazad-dûm. Last pile, let's go through it, and then we go through all the juicy stuff. So now let's try Basalt Monolith. That's also a crazy card. Is it? Maybe not. Glamdrill, Ripple Foil. Perfect. Nice. We need to put... I want to push through, but there's just a foil Mithril card chilling out here, and then a normal one chilling out here. Like, that's crazy. Like, we can't just not recognize that. We need to recognize. This is also crazy. What is this? Unreal Nazgul reforged. The sword has been reforged. But I don't have time to... Yeah, we gotta read it. I'm sorry, we gotta read it. Accent. If you control 10 or more permanents, you get the city's blessing for the rest of the game. I don't know what that means. Monarch, city's blessing. I need to figure out what that means. I'm lazy. If you write it in the chat, forever grateful. In the comments. There's no chat. Whenever equipped creatures attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. If you have the city's blessing, put 2 instead. Bam, bam. Even more crazy card. Courageous Resolve. White. What is that? Up to 1 target creature you control gains protection from each of your opponents until the end of turn. Draw a card. I mean, this is probably valuable. Everything is a little bit more valuable. We'll go through at the end. Call of the Ring. Just to see what the value was and what's banger and what's less banger. I mean, Ripple Foil, Normal Foil, Not Foil. Gandalf or Homeboy. These are some crazy cards. Miss of Lauren. This is a nice... I think this is part of the... like a poster thing going on. This is a nice one. Storm of Saruman. Elvish Mariner. More of them. What is this? Arcane Denial. It's a common. Counter target spell. Interesting counter spell. Stern Score. I mean, someday we'll make a video going through the full collection with all the Lord of the Rings cards. Maybe spend some time enjoying and reading them. Scroll of Isildur. Okay, we gotta read it for the Tom Bombadil deck. Gain control of up to 1 target artifact for as long as you control this card. Perfect. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Put the stun counter on them, so block them. Draw a card for each tapped creature target opponent controls. I get some cards. That's pretty good. I think this is a good Palantir. I know the Merrier Pippin touches it and does stuff. At the beginning of your end step, put an influence counter on Palantir of the Orthanc and scry 2. Then target opponent may have you draw a card. If that player doesn't, you mill X card, where X is the number of influence counters, and that player loses. Okay, a lot of stuff happens here as well. Egos, special edition version, special edition normal version. What is this? I've never seen this. I'm sorry, we gotta read it. I have never seen this one before. This was a bit of sticky bill. Of Herbs and Stewed Rabbit. This is a nice one. Put the +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. Create a food token. Draw a card. Create a food token. Create a white halfling food for each food you control. It creates food and then you get dudes for that. Underreal. What is this? Flame of the West. Gandalf the White. Boromir, Ripple Foil. My boy Boromir rippling up here. Love it. Arcane Signet. That's cool. I never used this card. Now I can use the Lord of the Rings version. What is this? Soul's Attendant. What's up? Human Cleric. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may gain 1 life. Okay. Santa approves. Soul's Attendant. Ooh, Galadriel's Dismiss. Again, Ripple Foil version. Normal Foil version. I think these are some crazy cards. Ripple Foil of this card. Ripple Foil. A lot of ripples. Flowering of the white tree, ripple for. I'm just putting stuff around. I'm just putting everything's banger for me. Flowering, reprieve. What is this? Forge a new, full art, ripple foil, normal art, not ripple foil. This is a really good card. I really like this one, Horn of Gondor. I won when I was playing with my niece for the first time Magic the Gathering. For her first time, not for me. And then I destroyed her, unfortunately, with the Horn of Gondor because all of these white human tokens that were created. When Horn of Gondor enters the battlefield, create one white human token, but then you tap and you create X human tokens where X is the number of humans you control. So that can really snowball. And now I have the ripple foil version. I mean, I'm so happy because there's so many of these cards that are going into the collection. And I was surprised that there were so many new cards that I didn't have. Nazgul, Battle Maze, this is probably something crazy. Equipped creature has Menace, Death Touch, Annihilator, whatever. I mean, 3 of them. Is it rare? Is it not? I don't know. Dawn of New Age, that's probably a good card. Ripple Foil, Command Sphere, interesting, really interesting art. That's a nice one, good flavor, a lot of commander stuff. Crown of Gondor, equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. When a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, if there's no monarch, you became the monarch. How does somebody else get the monarch? Is it the same way? Crown of Gondor, what's this saying? Crown of Gondor. Oh, red stuff. We haven't seen so much red. Maybe this was in color order. These are classics. Something new. Gimli, my boy. He's a legendary creature. We could have him as a commander. Gimli of the Glittering Cave. I didn't like the first Gimli we checked. How about this one? Double strike. That's good. Whenever another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter Gimli. Fine. Whenever Gimli deals combat damage, your player creates a treasure token. Maybe not crazy, but pretty good. But when he gets the Reckless Might, creatures you control have haste, formidable. Whenever you attack, if creatures you control have a total power of 8 or greater, target attacking creature you control fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. That's pretty good. That sounds good. Hugh the Entwood, Ripple Foil, Isengard Unleash, Ripple Foil. What is this? Damage can't be prevented this turn. If a source you control would deal damage this turn to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals triple damage. I need this in my Goblin deck. I have Goblin deck and Elf deck. I have a Dragon deck as well, but I think with Lord of the Rings, it's a lot of nice Goblins and Elf stuff. Ripple Foil, normal. Like all the versions I like. I'm sorry, none of these go to the gift basket, to the goodie bag. But if you want to be part of the giveaway, you just go to the main video and you write giveaway and a funny comment. Funny comment optional, writing giveaway mandatory. And then maybe this Dwarf Artificer, whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, air rocket. I mean, it's not that interesting card, but you can get it anyway in the giveaway. But maybe we'll find some more juicy rares, some stuff I don't need, and we make a nice goodie bag. Spiteful Banditry, okay, interesting. Ooh, Cavernhold Dragon, I think this is a banger. Dragon, I just said I have a dragon deck. Maybe this one. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest number of artifacts an opponent controls. Okay, so somebody has a few artifacts, this is cheaper. Flying, Trample, Haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you create a treasure token for each artifact that player controls. I mean, that's crazy. Call of Kerangos. What's this? Call forth the Tempest, Cascade. What is this? Whenever you cast the spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less than 8. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exile card on the bottom of your library again. Then do it again. Cascade. Love it. So this is pretty good. But I have to pay 8. But I pay 2 things for free. And it deals damage to each creature opponent control equal to the total mana value of the other spells you cast. So that's perfect. Otherwise, I thought it was a bit weird. This seems really good. Call forth the Tempest. Okay, only a few more cards left, and then we have the Bangaronis. Call for the Tempest. Moria Marauder, like just a Moria Marauder Ripple Foil rare. No time to check it in closer. Anger. Just because new cards. I mean, the taunt from the rampart. I mean, oh my god, I don't know. We'll go through them. But now let's go through the rest of the Bangeronis. Then we'll do some scanning. And then we will figure out. I mean, we talked about this one. Yeah, this is what we talked about, but I hid it, so I don't see the next one. Tower of City. Oh, Urborg. I think this is an expensive card. Target creature loses first strike or swamp walk until the end of turn. Maybe not that good. Is it the same? I was gonna say it's the same card, but yes, it's twice. What else? What is? Ooh, what is this? Theoden, strength restored. Ah, Theoden, I like that. That could be a nice commander as well. Return King. He's white, but he's kind of all colors with this. All creatures gain trample on haste until end of turn. Enemies as well. Put one counters on target creature. Target player gets final life. Target player draws a card. Put target creature card from graveyard. Okay, I think maybe this is a good card. I don't know, maybe not. I feel like everything costs so much. But what is this? Last March of the Ends. I mean, I'm happy with this one. And it's foil. There's so many nice foil. I lay out all the poster cards. And I have a few other nice poster cards from before. We'll take a look. Last March of the Ends. This spell cannot be countered. I mean, that's a Bangeroni. What is this? Okay, this is an expensive card, I know. I mean, the real card. Maybe the Lord of the Rings version as well. Untap target legendary permanent. We need that. Vanguard Forest. What's up? Cradle of Growth. I think this is a famous one. Each land is a forest in addition to its other land. If you have a forest walk, you need this one. Few more Bangeronis in the building. What is this? The Dead Martian. Oh my god, this is a crazy. Because this was the card I was thinking about. Uborg, Tomb of the Yamama, blah blah blah. So we had another Uborg here, right? Something else. But this one, each land is in swamp in addition to its other land. This is a crazy expensive card. But this one is maybe not so. We'll see. What's the other card on the other side? Oh, what's up? Herugrim, Sword of Rohan. This is nice. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from green and from white. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to player, exile up to one target creature you own. Then search your library for basic land card, put both cards in their battlefield. Okay, that sounds crazy. Few more Bangeronis. Let's look at them. Let's tally up the tab. Treebeard, Eldest of Ends. I mean, this is such a nice one. I like that there's so different art in every one of them. Different kind of inspiration, maybe. Treefolk Shaman. Each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So he can do that. I mean, maybe it's an interesting commander to try out with a lot of the ends. And on the other side, just a casual, the One Ring. This is maybe the cheapest version, right? This is from the promo bundle. But I don't have this one, so I'm really happy for it. We don't need to read what it is. But what is the last? There's one more card. Ooh, one more than One Ring. Is it foil? It's not the foil, but it's the special one. And next one, what is the other side? Ooh, Glittering Case of Aglora, Gemstone Caverns. This I think is a crazy card as well. If this card is in your opening hand and you're not in the starting play, you may begin the game with this already on the battlefield with a luck counter on it. If you do, exile a card from your hand, I tap it, add mana. If the luck counter is add mana of any color. This is pretty cool. So I'm gonna now do a bit of a time traveling, and I'm gonna come back with the full value, €1,000 paid, how much is it worth, what did we get, and we will be in a moment back. And we are back. You don't believe it. I don't believe it. Maybe you have to believe me. The €1,000 box, the small box, worth 2,400. So we more than doubled, or at least doubled if we assume some of the valuations were wrong. I am very excited to announce that there's going to be some great stuff in the giveaway. I just have to sort out everything that I have and what I don't have and what I don't need. I'm happy to give away. You just need to comment something in the video, and if you're watching this on the YouTube Shorts, go to the main video. There's a link somewhere here, and you will be part of the giveaway. You just need to subscribe and then comment something. Now we're gonna go through all the banger cards from the more expensive to the more cheaper ones. So you're happy to leave whenever you've seen enough. Appreciate you watching all the way here. The more than 50 euro cards was of course the One Ring. This is the promo version. I don't have it. It's really nice. I will probably grade it just so I have all the different versions. Really like this one, the Last March of the Ents. I think all of these cards in my hand were more than 50 euros roughly. So this was also, I think, between 50 and 70. This is roughly 70, 80 euros or dollars. I have this one already. So I think maybe one I will grade for display and one I will have for playing. It's a really good card to be played with as well. This one, a really cool card. I think I have this like this card, but not this Lord of the Rings version. I think this one was quite valuable as well. Look at that foil. Look at that glistening. Really, really nice. This one was quite surprised because the base card is worth like 4 euros. And this was like 60, 70. So that was really nice. It would have been worth more if it wouldn't be foiled. So some of it, the valuations, I don't really know. Let's say it's directional. So this was quite nice. Thinking through, I don't think this is as exciting as when you play it. There's a similar card with Aragon with all the different colors, or at least 4 colors. I think this one is a bit more advanced. Let me know in the comments if you have a good idea if this could be a good commander. It seems quite nice. Then this one was really nice foil, Underreal Flame of the West. I think this is one of my favorite poster cards. Probably not my favorite, one of the favorites. So far the ones we've seen, this was quite nice, but this is more abstract. That's kind of why I like it. And then this was the most expensive card. It is foil, is it? It's not even foil, but it's roughly 200 euros the value. It would have been more if it's foil, or they want 200 with foil. Maybe I scanned it wrong. But special version, very nice again. I will also maybe grade this one, so I will have all the One Rings. Then we go to the 20 to 50 euro version. So here we already knew a few of these cards, and the pile is too big. I need to take half the pile at a time. Here we have this Miyamoto. This is a famous land. I think it's going to be awesome in some of the commander decks, or some decks we build with Lord of the Rings. Fangorn Forest, also reprint of Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth, really interesting. Each land is a forest in addition to these other land types. So a little bit similar like we had here. We had the black one with swamps, same one with forest. I think it's really good if you have forest walk or something like that. This one really nice. And I'm surprised some of these kind of the poster cards are not more valuable. Maybe they're not that rare. I think this was a really nice one as well. Like how the text, how it's put out in the art. I think this was like 30. This was also not that expensive at all. 22 euros, I think, with foil. Interesting. Maybe not my favorite art, but kind of cool. We have reprint of Reflecting Pool, also quite a cheap card, but then in the special Lord of the Rings version, quite valuable, so we're quite happy with that. Wasteland, same thing here, cool Lord of the Rings version, otherwise wouldn't have been that. Oh, Glam Drain. I'm getting excited every time I see them. They're really nice. I really like the poster ones. Maybe even the poster ones should be graded. Just, I know it's not worth to pay for it, but I just want to have them in a nice box, in a nice way. I have also, of course, the magnetic versions, but let's see. It's quite nice. This one I think was surprisingly expensive. I think this might even be a box topper. I think that's why it's so rare. It was quite nice with the ripple foil, aka stretch mark foil. Frodo, surprisingly valuable as well. I think this was just around the 20 euro mark. Probably the special art version. Last March of the Ents, really good card to be played. Maybe special art also made it more valuable. Legolas, around 20 bucks. This one, I don't think we looked at it. We did read it when we went through the deck, but for me that was 3 hours ago. For you had the time machine. So let's just check it quickly what it was. Split second. As long as the spell is on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. So people can do stuff once they do this. We untap target creature until the end of turn. It gains hexproof, reach, and whenever this creature becomes tapped, it deals damage equal to its power to up to one target creature. So this was quite a nice card. Same foil, was a little bit more valuable. Sheila was surprisingly expensive. This was 40. Again, I'm not sure if this is one of the top box topper cards or where this comes from, but this is quite nice. I don't know if it's pumped up now due to the Spider-Man. Orcish Bowmaster around €40, $40 card as well. Gandalf the White, I didn't know it was that expensive. The White Legendary, maybe people want to play it as a commander. It was really nice with this foil. I really like the color, even the waterfall in the background there. You may cast legendary spells and artifact spells as through they had flash. So that's pretty cool. If a legendary permanent or an artifact entering or leaving the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional type. I think there's some cool synergies with this one, with creating angels or creating soldiers or these kind of things. I think there was quite a few of this one. I really like this one. Ripple Fall, Galadriel's Dismissal, really nice one. I didn't have this card before. The Delighted Halflings were quite fun. These were quite expensive as well. Around 20 for the base version, around 40 for this one. There's a Ripple version as well. No, the Ripple version was maybe around 20. The normal one was maybe 12. Sauron the Dark Lord was quite valuable as well. I think around 20, 30. Tom Bombadil, not that valuable normally, but the Super Art Ripple 4 around 30. That's also kind of nice version if you're playing the commander. As I said, the Galadriel normal version as well. Then we go into the round 5 to 10. We go a little bit faster here. So we had some of the lands. Another land. Not too many lands were that crazy. This one I thought it would be more expensive because it was part of the top loaders when we were unboxing, but wasn't that expensive. Second Harvest, quite interesting card as well. Legolas, nice version. Nazgul, we all know, even if they're uncommon, they're quite popular. You can play with 9 of them in a deck, so that's why it's around a €10 card. Gandalf the White, Galadriel, but different art. I don't know if I kind of put them wrong, but same. Delighted Halfling, yeah, so this should be about like the €10 plus card list. Really nice. Galadriel Brigade was quite valuable. Elf Soldier, more lands. Rivendell, the Shire, Ripple foil versions became quite valuable. Galadriel surprisingly valuable as well. I don't think this is the pre-con commander, but I think it's quite a nice one. Saruman, valuable one. Saruman the same, Saruman the same, Saruman the same. I think this was only the special art that made this card valuable. The normal wasn't that. It was an interesting, I think it was 20-30 euros. Watcher in the Water, interesting thing, comes out with these 9 stun counters on it, and you can kind of give them away, and slowly this creature kind of comes into the game. That could be quite cool. Mithril Cult, I think this is becoming quite popular in Commander. You can make your commander indestructible, of course. I think that's quite nice. With the foil version as well, a little bit more valuable. Born Upon a Wind, this was quite interesting. An instant that makes that you may cast spells during this turn, though they had flash. So it kind of preemptively makes spells instants somehow, instant speed. It feels quite expensive to pay to do that, but I guess that's fine. I had the feeling that this was a bit more valuable card than we thought. 15 euros something. Cavern Dragon, we were quite excited about this one. I kind of forgot to read the end. So it's cheaper when you attack somebody based on how many artifacts they have, but when you make damage you get equal treasure tokens for each artifact that player controls, so that can be really good. Ripple foil version made this one a bit more valuable. Yeah, I kind of was hating on this guy, but this guy seems to be quite expensive. The different arts, different value, but still, whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, you lose 1 life, you create a treasure token. So fine, whenever people do something, it's going to be a lot of stuff. Maybe 5 people make 1 or 2 extra spells per turn. You get a lot of treasure tokens. I think that's quite a nice one. And you get more mana, so a few versions of that. Fourth Erolingas, valuable. Arven, Dawn of New Age. That was one of the ones we had the posters on. And the last pile, I just kind of quickly browsed through the 5 to 10 euro cards. Artifacts, humans, rats, some Nazguls, Some of the weapons, again, some lands. The lands, really nice. I think this is quite nice also. There's two different full art versions. I'm not sure. One is Lord of the Rings and one is the Lord of the Rings. So I'm not sure what's difference here. They just made some different art. The Shire, Sauron. This version wasn't that expensive at all as I thought. Faramir. I thought also this one, the Darkness Binds Them, that this would have been a more valuable card. Galadriel Brigade, I thought it would be more expensive. Swan Song was surprisingly expensive. I think it was more than 7. Call for the Tempest, Call for the Tempest. So some of these are duplicates. I need to go through them again. They were in different order. This Ripple version of this one we talked about, quite popular. Or, I mean, I don't know if it's popular, but I imagine it could be quite popular if you're playing this color combination. And so again, a few versions of that. Trollcast of Doom, a bit underestimated. It was a common. I think it's €5. So I was quite surprised. I wasn't even gonna scan it, but it was sleeved, and this guy hadn't sleeved that many cards. I just assumed maybe it's valuable. Let's just check it. The Cave Troll can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Kind of like Menace, but 3 creature Menace. I think that was quite nice. Again, this card coming again. Aragon, 3 Folks, Generous Ants. All this. Soul's Attendant wasn't that valuable as I thought. Forge Anew. Yeah, so these kind of cards were sort of in the medium price range. Hey, it's been an hour. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, tell your friends, and we will see you in the next video.